Alrighty guys, welcome back to Crushing Tins. You got Clot, Stars and Jay here again, and we're joined today by Big Joey Midgley from Blind Tiger. So
pleasure to be here, boys.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have. Thank you for having us here. Actually, awesome. So guys, we're down at Blind Tiger at the Gap today with Joey, just having a couple of beers and discussing basically bit about the venue, bit about what Joey's done, and just some other shit to do with beers. So before we get into that too much,
what do we got, Klutz?
We have here, it's a Range Brewing Sour IPA called Volumes, I believe. Sick little can design there. We have had a little bit already. Joey's pounded through his.
It's pretty good.
It's
I haven't tried it yet.
I've never had a sour IPA.
Oh man,
Like
6.6%.
Yeah.
Pretty strong for a sour.
Like
There.
6.6%.
That's very
I could drink
Easy.
15 of them.
Yeah.
have you had the pretty bumpin' there?
I don't know. The only time I've had a range before now was when I went to the brewery, and that was just a blow for me. I remember they had I want to say a mandarin beer or sour of some sort, or it might have been like an orange sour. It was really good, but I don't want to.
Dude, I got
in too much. I
got a feel they're pretty bumping, and it was like 8%, but it was the easiest fucking IPA I've ever drank. Like it was just like so smooth.
Was
but then I was sitting there and I was blind.
Hazy vibes.
Yeah, like super hazy.
That's the thing now with these stronger beers, the hazies. It's just like you're drinking some sort of turbulent juice.
I love that. It's
Yeah.
too much.
Well, I've in the tree bucket there actually is a 10% triple hazy, which I haven't tried. But I just grabbed it and was like, maybe. I don't know if we'll necessarily even get to it, but just a little sneak peek for later, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
That sounds awesome. Well, yeah, look, I quite like this drop.
Yeah, so do I. I don't think I've ever had a range beer before this, so. But people seem to froth them, so I know you love them.
Yeah, good beers. Good pizza too, man. Did you try the pizza?
No, I haven't had the
Fuck,
pizza.
Mate, I go on about that pizza all the time.
That would be not a bad idea for a pod though. You might have to edit this one out for later. But top pizza, brewery pizzas.
Yeah.
In Brisbane.
Actually,
There's a lot of
We could
breweries
keep
that have really
keep a
good
bit of a
pizzas.
scorecard.
Because I know Revel, I was there and they were doing a slow cooked lamb shoulder, and then they put that on pizza. They only do pizzas as well as a treat. The chef cut off a sliver of meat for me, and it's tantalising as hell.
Did they have pizza at Brouhaha with it? I can't remember if anyone got it.
I don't know, they had a pretty full-on.
Yeah, the lunch was pretty nice.
It's very
I went up there for Darcy's
fancy.
birthday, and it was actually
What's is that Mulaney?
Yeah.
So sick.
good.
And they've even got bed haha out the back of apartments.
It's like Airbnb.
It's like Airbnb, $2.90 a night for 8 people. Or
Do you guys crash that?
Nah, we
Should
can't.
have.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It would have been so good. But yeah.
The glass house mountain as well.
Yeah, it was mad.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be more like a grass hill or something. I don't know. Because it's still real nice. You sit out on a deck. And we sat inside, but
I get that. I was expecting looking out.
yeah, it was almost like you pull into the Gap Village. If that makes sense. It's not as big, but a little set of shops. It was real weird. But
with just brewery
Yeah.
painted on the top.
yeah, but it was mad. They do awesome.
The
beers.
food was
Yeah.
really good. Not what you'd expect for a brew pub kind of vibe.
Yeah, it was pretty
very-
fancy.
The crab was amazing.
Yeah, it was so funny because my dad came, my little sister, and my grandparents because they live up that way, and a few other boys, and it was all pretty well tame and stuff like that. And then Dad and my grandparents left, and we got the tasting panels of all the beers. And the table just got filled with
Ridiculous,
beers.
man.
Yeah.
That was fucked. But it was so good. Yeah. Love it. Anyway, so Joey, just tell us a little bit about your background, I suppose, with the craft beers and a little bit about Blind Tiger.
Yeah, well, I have a bit of a storied history in general with beers and pubs. I was actually raised in a pub. I've got vague memories of not living in a pub, but when I was 4 or 5, we actually did live in a pub. We had a flat at the back of whatever pub in Roma. I think it was called the Railway at the time, and Dad knocked it down and built the Whiteball Tavern. And that was before craft beer was a thing. I just remember, I'm pretty sure Bogues was popping. Yeah, I think 4X was, it was called, it wasn't called bitter. I don't know if it was called heavies or it was just called it wasn't, whatever it was. So,
Yeah.
And it was a vibe. It was good to be around. That was also before smoking was banned from on premise. So I'd just be walking around as a young boy and going up to the locals and they'd all be loving it, but they'd just be like, Joey, it's so good to see you. Just, yeah, it was good. Definitely at that point, would never have thought that like this would be where we would get with beer.
Yeah.
We moved to Brisbane and Dad kind of started to get around a little, tried to do something a little bit different. Got his bottle shops, he had Urban Cellars and then Black Sheep, which is more specialised for craft beer. And I worked there when I was at Marist in high school. And at that point, we started to get like a few craft beers in then, but it was really like honestly, Cooper's was like a really big deal. Like obviously, like a lot of people, you don't really think of that necessarily when you think of craft beer, but they really are at the forefront of like a lot of these beers that we will drink today. They probably use like Cooper's malt and stuff. It's like a really premium malt that you use in beer. And like I remember Garage Project was starting to come out. They only had tallies though, and now you can get cans and stuff like that. And that stuff's always popping, always sells so quick whenever anyone wants to get their hands on that.
Ridiculous, hey? Like, it's good that it's more accessible now. But
yeah, definitely. And then like Sierra Nevada from America, that's another one that was pretty big as well, which I still really like. But yeah, that's honestly really all it was. And I was just like, what is this stuff? Like, at the time, I was just like, no one's gonna get this stuff. Like, it was expensive. Like, you could, a lot of it you could only get as toys. They'd be like $20, and I would just be like,
never gonna.
I don't know. And then I guess Stonewood happened, and that's like probably when it really started to really take off.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the bit, like everyone's had Stonewood Pacifica.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Seems like the gateway to craft beers. I call it like the Bogan craft beer.
Definitely.
It seems like if you're a Bogan, your craft beer is going to be Stonewood.
Definitely like Stonewood, and now like more recently like Bolthob is like a big one for getting people into it.
Yeah.
For me personally, it was Green Beacon 3 volts.
Yeah.
Right,
Which at the time I think was a session ale, but it's a pale ale now.
Yeah.
But I just like that was like the first craft beer that I like took home a 4-pack or whatever after a shift one night, and I was just like,
yeah, that's right.
just had to get me coming back, I guess.
Yeah.
And, I guess it kind of branched out from there. I was originally like really into super heavy IPAs, just like getting some hot bombs all up in my grill. But now I feel like as I've gotten a bit older, I started to like sours a bit more.
Yeah.
I still do, obviously, like I'll drink anything. I do like some dark beers as well, but yeah, I don't know. Initially it was just like IPAs, wouldn't really venture out into anything else, and now like the first time I had a sour, I was just like, not for me. No way. But yeah, now I reckon they're an absolute treat.
Yeah, you introduced me to my first sour actually.
And you introduced me to my first sour.
Yeah, this is just like it's a sour train. The good old strawberry rhubarb sour, which is just delicious. So I haven't looked back from there. It's a good introductory one. So
definitely. That's also been around for like a little bit, I feel like I've seen that. So I guess you guys went out there and had that.
Yeah, and we're big fans of the watermelon,
watermelon lime,
and
but they did the seasonal one. That was
I never tried that.
Yeah, it was
sick.
But they do, like even their New England IPA is so good. Their milk stout, we had them all.
If I'm being honest, I thought Brouhaha was a purely sour brewery. Like all they did was sours.
A lot of the ones that you see around are like you see the raspberry saison a lot.
Yeah.
And then I think they've got like a mandarin or a tangerine sour or some sort.
That's the New England IPA.
That's a New England IPA. Yeah. But it all looks like
it's still like similar like packaging and stuff.
I do love like a good watermelon sour, but I've got like some haunting memories of just like having a few too many one day, and then one thing led to another, and I just ended up having to do a cheeky vom, and it was just like...
Well, I've never had more than like probably 3 or 4 sours. I'm terrified for the day that I do.
It's insane. It's not like, I don't know, it's definitely not the same as like, not as painful as when you're drinking another beer and you've gone too far, but it's just like, it's just a different experience. Like it tastes like how it did going down, so it's like a little bit disturbing.
So you never want to drink again?
Yeah, well, I don't know, I've been back to the watermelon since, but it's just like...
Ready to be heard again.
Yeah, I'm ready. Always ready.
What do we got here, Josh?
Just because we're pounding through them. This is the crisp lager by Range as well, so 4.1%. Honestly, as Joey said to us before, and it's a pretty stock standard beer. This one, like it just tastes like a beery beer, like a lager, like a Goldie.
It's pretty tasty.
This was
that's a nice aftertaste.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really.
This was the first beer that I reviewed on.
Yes. Yeah, welcome.
Well, throwback.
Yeah.
Look around.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's been so long.
So this is part of the core range, is it? Then this one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is this?
Nah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that anyway. I've seen the lager.
Yeah.
In,
I mean,
a few black sheeps.
when they first started, they didn't even really have a core range. Like, it
Yeah.
was just like they just fucking brew whatever they wanted, and then it's kind of just the people have spoken, I guess. But yeah, they did a really cool like blackcurrant sour recently as well. Like,
I saw. I definitely saw that somewhere, but I haven't tasted it. I'll be really interested to have a blackcurrant sour. That'd be
Yeah.
so good. Just
Have
like
you-
a nice popper.
Aether Brewing's Witching Hour.
Which
Yeah.
hours? I
That-
love that sour.
Yeah.
That was one of the first ones as well for me, where I was
Yeah.
like really.
So that's been around for a while as well, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't necessarily mean
More.
in terms of having it ages ago, but like just as I've started to drink more, it's one of the ones
Yeah.
that I really did love, and I was drinking heaps of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have another one called Dusk Rose, which I'm not sure if it's limited or because they did have it for a while, and that was really good as well. If you ever see that around, definitely would recommend. They're just doing a bunch of sours now.
Yeah.
Is it? Do
There's
you guys
some
ever-
sours,
yeah.
Yes.
I went to
tried
I
any
went to
of them yet.
Sasquatch right there. They had the three of them. There was like a
Yeah.
peach, peach tea one, like a white peach tea, a black currant one, and it's like lime and tequila or something.
Yeah. I got the blackcurrant one that's
Yeah.
sitting in my fridge.
Yeah.
Popped out this
I had
weekend.
the peach one was pretty good.
Mm.
Looked like orange juice.
It's pretty crazy.
Lime and tequila would be like a
Lime and
Yeah,
I
it's
reckon
pretty-
that'd be quite.
I was driving. It was like 7.5%, and the peach one was like 3.5%. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll stick with the other one. But
That's so polarizing.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
either like a very reasonable,
yeah,
like they're the same range.
Yeah.
One's like reasonable, the other one's like giving it a
Yeah.
solid.
Well,
fucking
what's
nail.
the black currant though? Is that maybe?
I think it
that's
was in the middle. I can't
Well,
even
that could
remember.
be.
But
There
yeah,
you go. That's
yeah,
the ticket.
Yeah,
There we go.
But they had
Love it.
all three of them on tap there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. That's fine.
This is pretty good beer though.
Tequila,
I haven't
tequila and lime's just.
I haven't had a range beer yet, but there's been a fair bit of hype.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's what Joe was saying beforehand. There's just we want to know what the hype around the range beers are at the moment.
They definitely seem to be the hot ticket right now, which I don't know. I guess look out. We'll see what happens. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll. I'm not sure if they were really planning on expanding or anything like that. I think they're pretty happy to be like a small batch,
yeah.
like very boutique-y, in demand. I think they're happy to be like that, but I don't know. That's also just something that people say a lot,
Yeah.
and then
they
until
blow up and then,
yeah. So I don't
Can
know.
make more money.
It's
Yeah,
a very
exactly.
like when you go in there, you notice how much they emphasize like a very particular brand. Like they're obviously putting a lot of time and effort into building this certain like.
Well, the branding's on point. I like
Yeah.
the shirts that they wear. Like
Yeah,
they
dude, the shirts
did a
are
good job
fantastic.
with the merch.
They sell a lot of shirts too,
Yeah.
which is a really good sign for them. Like I've seen their shirts like all the way down in like Sydney, down in like Kingscliff as well, like all around.
Yeah.
It's just like nice looking shirts to wear.
That,
It's similar with Bolton.
That
Yeah.
bar in Kingscliff, like at Mantra, like where Salt is, they get like
Yeah.
heaps of random craft beers on there. You wouldn't expect it.
Really? I was
Yeah.
there like 2 weeks ago. Should have checked it out.
Yeah, worth checking out. They have like
Yeah.
a growler station there, which
What?
I guess I don't know if it's still. It's probably different laws in New South Wales, so I'm
Yeah.
sure it's still kicking there. But yeah, the bottle shop has a growler station,
That's mad.
and then they always have. Whenever I go there, there's always beer reps there
Yeah.
floating around. But
That's cool.
So good.
Also, we were at what do they call it? On the Brewski, that bottle shop.
Oh, your beer dealer.
Yeah, and they can their tap beers there, so you can get. They have like.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. Well, like, what the fuck, like,
They do that at Revel. You get they're like really big cans. They're probably like a liter or something.
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
we
Crowlers.
polished it. We polished one of those off with
Glad I
sea
didn't
legs.
have it in that day.
Their
Yeah.
IPA.
In our last podcast, Josh had to
Did
do
you
No,
go
I
to
had to
Shanks?
drive, so in our last one we finished like went through a bunch of beers, and I was like, if I have any much, like if I have more, I'm probably gonna be
over.
way over
And
the
then we
limit.
pulled out the Crowler. So.
And then we went to Sasquatch afterwards, and these two, I was like still the same level, but just like through the roof, hey, like
Did so? Did you record at Sea Legs? Is that-
No, we just did it at my place the first time,
Oh,
just
okay.
sort of talking about how we started and what we want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the plan is to get out to more places like this. I'd be mad to go out to Sea Legs and stuff.
One of the boys who was managing one of our bottle shops, he's a rep for Sea Legs
Oh,
now,
cool.
so that would probably be like an easy one.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
That'd be awesome.
Get
That'd be
around
sick.
Brendan, he's a
Yeah,
legend.
they do
He'd
awesome
probably
beers as well.
he'd probably be interested in getting around it.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you had their
Charismatic
blueberry or blauberry sour?
No, I haven't, but I
It's
see it
good,
because
man.
they've got it.
Yeah, they just used
on
to
the
start
road there.
stuffing it, yeah.
It's really good,
We
man.
had it on tap. We went there for my birthday as well, actually. We went to Sea Legs and and Brouhaha on the same weekend. Not complaining.
So have you had this before?
No, I haven't. Yeah, just before we crack into our next little bit, we're going through another beer. It's a Revel. It's a strawberry
Wishes. Yeah.
a midi.
Right.
This is actually one of my faves. One of my favy sours. It's like
It's a midi.
kind of a little bit similar to that Brouhaha
Oh yeah.
Strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah.
vibes.
Right.
I think they initially did it as like a breast cancer awareness thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then they brought it back because it was
It's
just
so popular.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
popular, and we love it here. Like
Yeah.
me and Jimmy, the assistant manager here, we drink it a fair bit. It's just a tasty treat on like a hot day.
Yeah.
Good in the pool. Good to
Yeah.
just take one around. Like if you've had like a bunch of beers during the day, and you just need to cool off for a bit. Like
Oh, that is
definitely
good.
a good one.
It's pretty sweet.
Strawberry is just like
Yeah.
Yeah, like smells like
Yeah.
strawberry
Oh, nice.
jam, like straight
Yeah.
up. They changed it a little bit, and they use like all local fresh strawberries. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure when
man.
they make this, like that's just where the color is. You can like see it's like pretty bright pink
Yeah,
color
yeah.
there.
you can just taste that freshness in it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's bloody awesome.
That goes.
That is
That
good.
just goes down way too easy. That
Yeah,
way.
it's tasty as. It pretty much tastes like you just pour it onto like a piece of toast and
Yeah.
just eat it in the morning for breakfast.
Breakfast sorted.
That's very good.
That'll make a good TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
You guys getting around the TikTok.
Yeah,
action.
classy
Oh,
loves it.
yeah.
Plus, a TikTok.
I love getting on the TikTok.
Honestly, the most
Everyone
engagement.
here uses it except me. I'm like,
The most
oh.
engagement we get on any social post is Clutzy with his shirt off on TikTok.
I love it. Well, if I'm not going to get my
I've
rig
never
out,
been on
it's-
TikTok.
It's pretty
funny.
interesting, man. It's a whole new world out there. There's some pretty cook shit out there.
One of the boys who works here follows, like, or he popped up one of Roosie's videos. You remember Roosie?
Yeah.
And he said he had like 8,000 likes or something, or
Yeah,
whatever
some
watches.
people
Is that
go
like?
viral
Big
like that.
Rosie's
It's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, Roosie's dead. Is that like a lot?
That's
Oh, yeah.
8,000 likes. Is
Yeah.
heaps.
Yeah.
But like, you can, it's so easy to go like more
Yeah.
viral than that. Some chick I follow on Instagram put up a video and she's like, put this random song over the top and she's pulling up to get a random breath test. She turns her camera around, she's like crying, and in the back, her dog's just like shit. all through her. And it went so viral. It got like 500,000 views in like 2 days. Because she posted it on her story, she's like, what the fuck, I'm viral on TikTok. And I went and watched it, I was like, what the fuck?
That's ridiculous.
All it like because the algorithm really promotes like the virality. Like as soon as something gets any kind of trend, it just like pumps it.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole thing's like the infinite
Yeah.
scroll, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have to download a TikTok when
Yeah.
you have
If you
I
hook it up-
love it. That's
fine off
if
if
you
you
look
shut
at
to your
Son on
Facebook.
TikTok, just always
Yeah.
puts up videos of Shaq and he's just like dancing. He's like, my dad's obsessed with TikTok. And Shaq's just doing all these dance
If you
moves
hook it up
and
with your
shit. He loves
Facebook, I think it must use like everything, like how you engage with Facebook. So I remember the first time I put on it was so funny. It was like, the best one was, there's a bloke, he's like, I made one of those fancy French toilets and he got like a piece of PVC pipe, put a hole in it, like hooked a hose up to it, and just water going everywhere and he's sitting there like, taking a shit and there's just water going
That's
everywhere.
right.
It's so funny.
So good.
Is it affiliated with Facebook at all?
No, I don't think so. It's just some like Chinese thing, I think it is. Yeah.
So it started as a
That's
as
good,
like an app where you would sing along like miming the lyrics to songs,
Yeah.
and that's why like when you do a collab thing,
Duet
someone's
thing.
called a duet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got bought, and then they got rebranded and made more, I guess, like
Yeah.
open than just music.
Well, isn't that how that? I'm gonna embarrass myself. What's the song's name that was just like popping last year? The Old Town Road. Isn't that
Yeah.
from TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it
Yeah.
got so big, was
Yeah.
because from TikTok, from some meme where like people like
Yeah.
jump cutted to them like getting changed
Yeah.
or something. I can't
That's
remember.
so scarred.
Yeah.
TikTok's fine.
So yeah, that's our,
TikTok going off.
yeah, and it's sort of like our, what's the word, strategy. Just get Clutzy on TikTok and
Yeah.
hopefully it takes
Drinking
care
a
of
beer
itself.
and then just like some tune. You see
More
get
naked
one
I
of
get,
the
more
boys
likes we get, so.
run a few tunes out there.
Make a beer song naked. Be awesome. But yeah, getting back to a little bit about Blind Tiger, I suppose. So you guys haven't been open for that one.
So I
Yeah.
think we're 7 or 8 months now. And as far as a venue goes, this is like something a little bit different for us. Like usually it's like the bottle shops, we go skew more crafty there, more boutique-y, and like we're more about just being like pretty hands-on, like all the staff. Like very well received, all our staff, like they won. I think the boys at Black Sheep won like favourite bottle shop attendance or whatever at the...
Shout out to
Indie
Davo.
Deals. Yeah, shout out Davo, shout out Brendan, who is the Sea Legs rep. who I was
Yeah,
talking about
man.
before. So, like with all our venues, generally it's more of like a pubby vibe, I would
Yeah.
say. So this one was like the first one where we were like, oh, let's just try to make this more. We were initially thinking about calling this like the Black Sheep Project or something like that, and like really steering into that and being like, this is more. It's the same with our bottle shops. Like we've got Urban Cellars, which traditionally was just like more mainstream.
Yeah.
But now it is closer to Black Sheep now.
Yeah.
And then this is like our first foray into like getting more crafty with it. We pretty much have free range out here. Like the big fella Lyle, who maybe we'll see his face one day. He did like all the wine. We came in, did the fit out together, which it took a while. We had a lot of like late nights out here, kind of having domestic disputes about it, but it was good times. And we kind of knew sort of what we wanted to do, at least for the drinks. We just wanted to like recreate the experience that you would get at Black Sheep, I guess, out here, and then just establish like a good culture. Like a lot of the people who we have working here, like I know from other bars, or they like live locally, and they're just like people who are actually enthusiastic about just like trying a tasty treat. They just want to like branch out and try a bit of everything, and it's just really paid off really well so far. Like everyone in the area, I mean, to begin with, there wasn't a lot in the Gap, but everyone here is like really adventurous. They'll pretty much try everything. Like I don't keep a beer on tap really for more than a week or 2 weeks. Like we don't like. You can kind of see like the amount of decals we have back there. Like for the 6 or 7 months we've been open, like we've just been through so many beers, and that's just like a big part of it as well. Just like trying to keep it fresh, keep it exciting. Every time you come in, there's
a different beer on.
I think that kind of keeps the people back, keeps them interested, and like starting to see a bit of that on like the Untapped. We have like a fair few reviews on there of just like assorted crazy beers, and you know we've been making a lot of friends with the local brewers and whatnot. It's been good fun so far. Just see how it keeps going.
We were frequenting here a fair bit before the end of the year on Sundays, and it's just like such a good vibe. And the thing I really enjoy about it is you come down and there's, as you said, something new every time you come. It's good to actually like branch out and try those new things as well. So
it's pretty handy like a lot of the time as well, because we do have a lot of gin and a lot of wine. People will come in initially for the craft beer experience, and then they'll have a cheeky gin. And let us be like, what can I have now? If they've been having like the strawberry wishes, they might have like a strawberry gin or something. So it's good fun how it works out like that.
That's like why you need staff that are enthusiastic. And, you know, are interested in the product. So people say, I have just had this random.
It's the same with like any business. You can't just have, if you have a bad culture, if you have people there who just like don't want to be there or aren't interested, then like you're not going to go anywhere quick. It's just going to be a nightmare, and like no one else wants to come in. Your patrons don't want to come in and just see someone who's just like
doesn't give a shit.
Exactly. You got blokes like Big Jimmy Kennedy here who just
JK47.
just go sit down with random. Like I know from past experience with him, he'll just go sit down with random, you know, regulars and just chat shit to them for like 20 minutes. He's getting paid to do it, but seducing him is such a good way to put it.
Last time we were here, he went to get something from Coles so we could ram the trolley into the pole out the front, remember?
Everyone's just like looking at him and he's like, he's an interesting one, old Jimmy.
What's this saucy little number?
Let's pop out the big boy, I reckon.
Yeah, it's pretty tummy.
This isn't that 10% you were talking about, is it?
This one, no. This is back on the sour train.
Ooh.
This is 6.6%. So it's the same as that first range brew that we had. And it's Shinrin Yoku from Garage Project, so one of those Kiwi-based brewers, like one of the OGs.
I've had a few of their beers and they're good beers.
They seem to just have like an endless amount of
everything's
beers.
good. It's just ridiculous.
So many. Like if I was going back through like my favourites that I've had in the last year, so many would be Garage Project. I don't know what the go. I guess it's just ideal growing conditions over there for hops and. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why New Zealand has such a vibrant craft community. There might have to be something you boys do one day. Get a caravan and go out there and do.
We've actually got a few New Zealand counterparts in the group.
Big bad Mike Strone.
He loves the Garage Project beer, actually.
He does.
Go over there.
He's like this older dude.
He got on group so early. I don't know how he got in there.
He just started. We still don't know how he got to the group. But
the first review he posted was of his homebrew that he just taken out of the fridge. So
it's so good.
That's it.
But it's so funny, man. Like he'll just he'll be like, oh yeah, went down to the shops today, like Woolworths,
supermarket,
the supermarket. let's get something for lunch. And then I thought, oh, I've seen what garage project's down there. So I picked up this one for $2.
Do they sell the beers in?
So they sell the beers in
Safeway or whatever.
supermarkets.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All their supermarkets sell beer.
I think Queensland's the only
Place
state that doesn't do that.
Yeah, well,
Like,
when you go over to Kingy, it's like
Yeah,
right there.
everywhere.
thank
Unpaid
goodness, like,
blog,
hopefully that doesn't
Anastasia
happen
Palaszczuk
here.
getting
Like,
shit together.
I know it would be good. It would be good for the average punter, but like it'd be all over for me personally,
Yeah.
probably if,
Yeah.
if that was the thing. Yeah, it'd be pretty hard for the boys to like keep it nice.
Yeah.
I guess maybe some of the independent craft breweries probably wouldn't sell to Coles. Like,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of them don't now. But it would be hard if like every single Coles and Woolies had a beer section.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them would have to sell their souls.
Yeah.
And just be like, give me that coin.
Yeah, most definitely.
So
Let's crack into it.
let's rip in. I'm interested, like I haven't tried this yet. Like most of these, the only one I've actually had so far is that Strawberry Wishes. Like I knew that was going to be a tasty treat. Haven't tried any of the other stuff that we've had tonight. But I've had my eye on this one for a while now. Just as a tasty treat. Everyone's been saying it's off the chain.
The bottle is very much so off the chain.
I think it's all Japanese ingredients. I think it's made from sakura, like cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
And then it has some assorted other Japanese, like green tea, sencha green tea, I think.
So that's a big one for you, basically.
Yeah, well, I think like it is supposed to be like revitalizing of the spirit, because like it says on the back there, I'm pretty sure the name translates into like revitalizing forest or something
read
like
it.
that.
Forest bathing.
Yeah.
Literally
Forest
forest bathing.
Because I think in Japan, like that's what you like go for the walk
Oh,
through, like the
right,
mystical
yeah,
bamboo
yeah.
forest,
Yeah.
and just like recuperate your soul or whatever. So I think this is
Interesting
these
smell.
ones.
Yeah.
That does have a bit of a green tea smell to it.
Oh. It tastes like, I can't put my finger on what it tastes like.
Yeah,
Oh.
it reminds me of like some sort of spirit or something.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is,
It
dare I
tastes almost
say,
like rum
money
or
for
something.
me.
Or scotch.
Yeah.
It's got that, yeah.
It's
Something awesome. Like this might require like some more deft hands, like some what's the term for like a beer sommelier? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not really a very educated person, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's like a serious connoisseur.
Yeah, just
like,
someone who can really like
Yeah.
break down the experience of this, but like
like
strong.
This is
recommend
really
that.
awesome,
Put
yeah.
this on. Pretty tasty.
That's incredible. Yeah, this is. I haven't tasted anything like this before.
That's definitely one where you're gonna want to get like a little group together, like what we've got going here, and
Yeah.
share that one around.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you'll get the same vibes from just
Drinking from the bottle.
drinking it solo. Yeah.
It almost tastes like a. I don't know. I get some Pinot Grigio vibes from that.
You definitely
I
like.
was
I've
getting
got
some
some.
winey
I got
vibes,
like a
yeah.
bit of plum action. I think
Yeah.
like a bit of juicy plum. Just binding
very
binding
interesting.
to that. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had anything like that.
Really coats the mouth as well. Like,
Yeah.
like you can really feel it like lingering in there. That flavour.
Definitely want to try if you can get your hands on it.
Yeah. Shot boys. That garage
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
shot
work
Cutty
out there.
Bro. Big
Shout out
Uso.
Mike Strang as well. Yeah, mate, if you're tuning in.
Absolutely love it. Yeah, so there was something else you were saying to me earlier as well, Joey, about your beer list. If you want to elaborate on that, what your sort of plans are this year.
Oh, so big thing for the boys at Blind Tiger is we just really want to get in the conversation for best beer list in Brisbane. Like for those fridges, we just want to get as much stuff as we can. We'll see what happens, but I really want to get like some more fridges in and like really start to challenge some of these other guys out here with the selection and just just give the area like something to really talk about, give people a reason to come out here. The gap's a bit separated from other suburbs.
Yeah.
Like
Anything else to get to?
yeah, there's a bit of a pain in the ass to get to, so I feel like, I mean, the people who love craft beer, they love craft beer, so they come out of their way and they come here.
We come
but-
here all the time.
yeah. So I think if we can just put something out there, give people a reason to come in and just really, I don't know, it's also just a personal mission for us here as well. It's good fun. Like nothing better than just like you knock off work and you just have like a bounty to choose from.
Yeah. Even if you only have 1 or 2 beers coming in, it's like like it's exciting. You literally have no idea what you're gonna get when you walk in the door. And it's mad.
Who's like up there at the moment with sort of.
Well, what you guys mentioned a few times, like definitely Brewski was on the
Yeah.
nominations when I was looking at it. but I don't really remember who else. There was something in the Gold Coast which I'd never heard of, like because it's all Queensland. It's not just Brisbane.
Yeah.
When they do the like independent beer awards and the crafties and whatnot, so you do have to kind of like. I think there was only like 2 Brisbane bars actually that were in those awards. So I should have got it like prepared earlier and just like been able to refer to that.
Chuck it up,
That'd
be awesome.
I went to Tippler's Tap, there's one like across the road from where I work, and they had a fair few, even on tap, they had like 15 taps or something.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, like I would love to be able to get, but it's just the whole thing, you have to get like such a nice cold room, such a big cold room to be able to get those extra taps in, so that's why, for me, like I do need to make it more of a mission to just like get around, like I want to like just get mad fridges, just put in everywhere and just kind of be like, you just walk in and you just like...
It's like a shopping centre, that'd be so nice.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's just like something to like kind of set my sights to for the year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't actually say that.
And even I believe it's called, I'm not an expert, the Randall handle.
Yeah, that's something a bit different. Like it's definitely around. I think I want to say Charming Squire has one, but I don't know for sure. I might just be making that up. But basically, it's like you might have heard it called a Hopinator before. It's kind of like a tube used to dry hop beer as you're pulling it through from the keg, and we just chuck in a bunch of random hops there, which were actually a handful to get a hold of. Like honestly, they get like a lot of hops. Just like a lot of the time, they're just committed like a year in advance to like whatever brewery. Yeah, like Galaxy, like I could not get because Stonewood just has like all the Galaxy hops in Australia. And then we'll sometimes put like fruit in there, like often like the rind or citrus goes like really nice with a lot of beers, and
because I've been in here twice and had it, and both times I don't know what was in there, but both times because like with gold, it's completely different both times. Yeah,
it's always like it's really surprising actually because we just have like a bunch of bags of hops out the back that have been like dry sealed from whenever we got them. And you rip them open, and you can smell it straight away that it's going to be different, but you just wouldn't expect it because
it's actually ridiculous how much it changes the taste of a Goldie.
Yes, people are always rattled about it. It's like such a fun thing as well, especially when like the tradies come in the offer or anything like that, because they often they want a Goldie, and they'll just be like, oh, hang on, what's this? And they'll just have a crack, and they are always without fail just like, this is the greatest thing of all time. Boys, come to us. This was so good.
I was actually up at the Gap Macca's one day after having a couple of beers here, and there was some dudes there.
How much food did you eat again?
That was 2 different occasions. That was a lot of food. But yeah, it was funny. I was up there, and these people were going on about how they had a gold that wasn't a gold, and just said, like it's incredible how much like just a couple of hops can change the taste of a beer. Like it's fun. It's good.
Add some depth to something like gold. Like if it was already a pretty like detailed beer, it wouldn't add that much. But gold,
it's good as well to be able to come in and have like a full flavoured mid-strength beer.
Well, I think with the brewers who are going out of their way to make something more complex, that is when you would use fruit instead of the hops. Like we've talked to a few people, like you mentioned Aether before, with the witches.
The witching hour.
And we've spoken to them before, and they kind of recommended like a beer they were doing for Big Pineapple Fest last year. Which was like a pineapple IPA, I believe. And they were like, well, you should get this in and then get some fresh pineapple, chuck it in, and it'll be a treat. Which we didn't end up getting around to doing it.
That'd be bad though.
A few brewers have had similar kind of concepts to that. So some smart cookies out there in the brewing world to kind of have their own ideas. Yeah, I think they like think about it on a whole other level when they're putting things together, and they're just like, some of the things that will be coming out this year from some of these breweries I think are really gonna, like the hazy thing kind of came out of nowhere I feel recently, and
it's like I was never a massive IPA fan, but then having the hazies, it's not as a harsh taste, I suppose. Like it's just sort of so easy drinking for a heavy beer.
I find it
in the face,
like a good hazy, the fruit balances out with the hops really well. Like if you're not into something that's super hoppy, it's like it's a really good mix up.
When the hazy DC, when they did the hazy DC, I was like, there's no way that this is this heavy percentage of a beer. Like this is so easy to
even that dry haze we had the other day, that was so good.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Garage Project again.
Strikes again. I actually didn't get to try that. We got it here, and it just like
straight away.
Well, we were trying to find the Garage Project version the other night.
Do you reckon
Oh,
it's
such a stitch up. They
reckon
said
it's
that it was
still
on
the
tap
Woods?
at the
Yeah,
Woods.
probably.
Yeah.
Bolter posted
Yeah.
like there's 3 places in Brisbane. It was the Woods, Tippler's Tap, and somewhere else. And I went to Tippler's Tap after work. They're like, no, we haven't gone. I was like, what the fuck?
And we went
drove
down.
to drove to the Woods. They didn't have it.
He was just, the dude was just like, so sorry, man, but like we haven't even been given the keg yet, so we can't tap it if we don't have it.
Yeah, he
Or,
said
like,
they had the decal, but that was it.
Yeah,
They
I don't
didn't
like
know what it was
because I went to a few places as well, and a lot of the places I was. Sorry, boys. Beers got to me for a second. A lot of the places that I went to, they just had the Garage Project one, and I was like, "Oh, are you getting the Bolter version in?" And they would just always be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, they're supposed to be like same
changed the
design,
hops, I think.
different
Yeah.
size."
Yeah.
And it's just they brewed one in New Zealand, one
Yeah.
one in Byron,
Yeah.
and I couldn't find it anywhere. I haven't tried it either.
Yeah. I got a couple cans from Black Sheep on when it came out. We had one the other day. It was so good.
Of the
Bolter
one.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So they did end up getting it there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But like, I'm pretty sure Das
Yeah,
was
I
like,
went-
it was
I
his
went on the
birthday
day.
week. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna treat myself, and then went on the day it came out.
After
Got the
work,
last
got the
4
last
pack
4-pack.
Oh, so
at Stafford.
Yeah.
So that was in like this size.
No, it was the
That was
Bolter one's the
500
big
mils.
one. Bigger than that even, I think.
Oh, so
The Garage Project's the little one.
Oh, the Garage Project was like that size.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it was the other way to what I was saying then, because
Yeah.
I think here we had the tall boys.
Yeah,
like,
that would have been the Bolter one.
But yeah, I brought them. Like I went and picked them up, dropped them off here, and I had to go, and they came back in the morning, and they were just already gone.
Yeah.
That's
So
ridiculous.
I was just going, and I didn't put them on the menu because I didn't have the time. It was like an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, actually, one of my mates works at Bolter's in like packaging, and I saw him on the weekend, and apparently they only did a third of the amount they'd usually do for a limited release because they had to pay double tax on it in New Zealand or something. I don't know, because it came
Right.
from New Zealand or I don't know. So they only did like a third of what they usually would brew, so it was pretty hard to get, but it was good.
Still, their pilot brews would be fucking big, right?
Yeah, I think so. You'd
Yeah.
think so. I have no idea.
It's ridiculous.
That rain is.
It came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we like to see how that goes. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
Yeah, we
but-
should be alright with the
me too.
I am interested to know like how that came about, that Bolter, because we're quite connected with Garage Project.
Yeah.
Like, I dare say, like we probably move like a lot more through the bar than. I'd be surprised if there's more than a couple of venues in Brisbane that get more Garage Project
Yeah.
than we do.
Cool.
And like, I didn't hear anything about it, like at
Yeah.
all.
What I read was that both head brewers were both in California at the same time visiting a hop farm
Yeah.
and just like really hit it
Struck up
off.
a relationship,
Yeah, so then they got introduced to like the hop like producer that they were visiting over there was like producing this new batch of hops, and that's what spurred them on to do the collab. So I think Garage Project used like Galaxy or Mosaic, and then they use Bolter use these other ones.
Yeah.
I'd still be super keen to try the one on from Garage Project.
Yeah,
like,
we should go back to the woods and see. It's probably gone, right?
yeah.
They might like. I'm pretty sure that they sometimes get a keg and they like keep it waiting in the wings for a few weeks. Like we've done that before
Well,
as well.
Hunter went down there the
Yeah.
other day and had the, I don't know if you saw
French
that,
toast.
the French
Yeah.
toast, and we had that on tap 6 or 7
Yeah.
months ago.
That's
and
a
he's
combo,
like, oh, I'll
like-
never see this beer again. And then he's like, oh, bro. Like,
The dark beers, I think, like they tend to age as well, like a
Yeah.
little bit, like while they're in the keg still. So kind of gets a little bit tasty.
I'm actually a
Like,
big fan for a dark beer as well.
Look at you.
Oh,
yeah, you're just getting so
Fiending
adventurous.
it, eh?
yeah. Literally yesterday it was raining, I was in bed, was going to dinner, I was like, I'm definitely having a dark beer too. So
Actually,
so
I've got
pumped.
that fucking Garage Project. What is it? Their cereal stout.
oh, dude, I love that.
The nitro one in
So
the
good.
can?
Yeah, have you
Dude,
tried
I'm
it yet?
no.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna have it last night, but then it was like chill to 4 degrees, and I had it in the fridge. So I was like,
I do have to say, so you can actually go on and like the boys from Garage Project, I think they do like some, like a few vids and stuff like that are
Yeah.
worth checking out. And I watched a video of them doing the cans of cereal milk stout, and like so you shake them up essentially and pour it into the glass, and it just pours like flat. There's like heaps of bubbles that rise, and it just creates like a perfect head.
Oh.
But we have them here, and I haven't been able to get any of them to do it. And I'm not sure if because it has to be delivered by boat.
Yeah,
so
travels. Yeah.
I'm not sure
Right.
if maybe something to do with.
Probably fresh as over there.
Yeah. I'm not sure if like that affects it in some way. I have had it like sort of work. You can see the bubbles, but it doesn't get to the
Same. Yeah.
like when they do it. Like I've watched a few videos and it looks like pond.
Yeah.
But
Do you reckon the temperature changes like make the
well,
nitrogen
definitely. I just
flat
reckon
or
there'll be
something?
so much like. There's
Be in
no
the
way that
sun
it's because it's
and-
probably on the boat for.
Rocking around. Yeah.
I don't know how long a boat would take from New
New
Zealand
Zealand,
to
yeah.
Australia, but
Have you had that at Green Beacon, the double choc fudge nitro stout?
no.
That is fucking
A treat.
phenomenal.
I
Yeah,
still reckon the sea legs stout was so good.
yeah.
The
Well, I haven't
milk
tried
stout.
Something
any of
about
these
the
ones.
nitrogen in the line, man. Like when they put
Yeah.
it, oh, dude, it's
I
just
do
so
love
funny,
like
man.
even though it didn't work out, I do love the seal milk stout though. Like that's one where I've taken it home a bunch of times, and it's just like sometimes I'll have the craving to have like a few beers, but I'll just be like, if I just pick the right one, I'll just be
Yeah.
satisfied.
Yeah.
And like that's often one I go to, and it's
Yeah.
just like something about it. It's just like such a tasty treat. I don't know. Anyway,
That sucks.
What's next?
come on, you lucky dip in there and pick something
Oh
out.
shit, there's actually a few in there.
Oh, that's probably the one that we should go because that's the last sour left in there.
Yeah.
The face inverter citrus
So-
super
What?
sour.
I just picked this up today.
Shit.
So this is something we just got in today.
Ooh.
I think
It's 1.5.
Davo at Black Sheep got onto this brewery like pretty recently, Little Bang Brewing. I
Yeah.
think they're like a bit of a hot up and comer. I want to say from South Australia, but South Australia. So it's not like a ton of popping
These around.
breweries out of there. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. They've got like a good stout. Like I haven't tried it either. It's supposed to be really tasty though. Like not chocolatey or marshmallow or anything like that. It's just like their take on just like a good stout.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got some of that. I got this, and I think another. It might have been a strawberry. It's a strawberry sour New England IPA, which we can try as well
nice.
if you boys are interested as
Crikey.
well. I can go grab that.
Lord.
So this one though, to me, I thought like I'm guessing it's going to be like ridiculously sour
Good,
because like
that's what I want.
name like face inverter,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And like that picture of the like art on the can really makes it seem like
Yeah.
it's going to be something to like really.
I'm wondering if
Fucking
this will
hell.
taste like.
Have you read what this says?
No.
So you like sours, do you? Do you like sours, or do you really like sours? We like sours. We really do. We like them so much, we're going to see just how sour we can get this thing to go before we break something or hurt ourselves.
That's exciting.
I'm pretty
I
I
wonder
think
if this will be
there's
like that electric dry hop acid test.
Yeah,
'cause
I
that
love
was a
that.
bit. I love that. That
I'm
was
still yet to
so
try
good.
that as well.
that we
think you
might
had that
have
here
that
today.
here
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Jay's had it here before.
I've definitely had a few of them here.
That was early days of the beer group.
Is it serious?
It smells like lemony as
The
fuck.
facial expression says it.
Yeah.
There's another garage fridge one that's like real sour. It's like hibiscus. It's called Muse. It's like hibiscus and lemon, I want to say. And that one was like real sour. This smells like freshly
my
squeezed
God,
lemonade.
Freshly squeezed. Yeah, dude.
Like you pick this up at like the best
Oh,
lemonade
yeah.
5-cent store.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I love
Tastes
that.
like
pretty
freshly
good.
squeezed lemonade.
Yeah.
Like pretty much.
I thought it was
like,
going to be more sour, but
no, it's
it's
not
good.
as sour as I thought.
Yeah.
the nose
But
is
it's
like
pretty sour,
seriously sour.
Yeah.
I think if I'm sure if we were drinking this whole thing,
Yeah.
I'll
It would
be
just burn
on.
your esophagus.
I think your tongue would
Oh.
probably start to.
Yeah.
I don't know whether
Yeah.
that's called that effect where it like stings a little
Oh
bit.
yeah. Or
You
could
know,
you
in
have too
fact-
many warheads and suck them?
Yeah,
Just out of
I was more of a ghost drop man myself. but
We won't hold that
Dude,
against you.
That is tasty.
That's
I
so
actually might take back that I said it wasn't that sour because I can feel it like
Yeah,
Hitting
can
you
feel
like
it.
here,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
like
it, though.
right in your esophagus.
I don't know how many I could drink.
It's a
I reckon
one.
That's an absolute dessert.
That's so good.
Good job
Do you
about
reckon?
that.
Do you reckon things are changing with people drinking craft beers and stuff? Like, have you found?
Definitely, like I feel like this. So like the whole sour thing, like that's pretty recent. That people are like really starting to get around sours. Like I've enjoyed them for like a little while now, but even in the 7-8 months, whatever, since we've been open, like at the start, the first few sours I had on, they kind of moved pretty slowly, and then on tap that is, and
Yeah.
then as we progressed, like I think the other day, I tapped that Tropic Like It's Hot. Did you
Yeah.
try that?
Right.
Yeah, and that sold in like a day and a half, like that keg.
That was a Black Ops one, hey?
Yeah, Black Ops, and which I actually ordered another keg of that just because it was like they made a fresh batch of it. I've got it here, but it's not tapped
I
yet.
got cans of it, and I swear, I'm pretty sure you had one.
No,
I swear
I
my
haven't had
cans
one,
were
but-
flat or something. It was
But
so
Das was
shit.
just telling me, he's like, this
I was
thing's
so pumped.
real
Yeah.
bad.
Try the can as well.
And then I haven't seen a single
It's not
bad word
pissed
about it. So we're like, fuck, man, you got a bad batch.
Well, so I had it in cans first, and I think the boys were away on like a trip to Stratty, and we just bought like a selection of trades. And our boy Andy, he bought those with them, and they were a hit. But I don't know, like you're looking at it with like rose tinted glasses, like we're at the beach, like chilling and stuff.
sure.
Like,
Everything's gonna be good.
well, we were just like, oh my god. But yeah, I had it like off tap here, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
And like they had run out, and this is a fresh batch, so
Yeah,
it
sure.
must have been
Yeah.
a success
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
kind of
keen.
try.
yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. It might become because that have you had that front yard, so the cucumber?
Yeah, I love that
Dude,
one.
that's like one of my favorites.
So good.
So
So
It
they
was
do
so
that every
refreshing.
like the same time every year. I think this is like the third year. I
was
could be
actually-
completely
I was
butchering
down there
that.
last week during the week, and I stopped in and they had like a citro sour or something on tap.
They had like a series of like I don't think they were like necessarily tied in, but they were just bringing out like
Yeah.
multiple
'Cause
cells.
They wouldn't even let me fill my
consecutively.
growler. I was like, fuck, I should take it home so these boys can try it. They wouldn't let me fill up my growler or
Yeah.
anything.
Do they not do growler fells?
No,
at
they
all?
do. They
Oh,
just wouldn't
not
fill
for
that.
one.
Yeah, that or the Mega Hornet.
Oh
Probably a
yeah.
good
Did
thing.
they have Mega Hornet?
I
on
did
tap?
too.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, I did try it. Hunter brought me in a little bit of it.
That was
We had a day at Miss K's, and I had Mega Hornet, and then the what was the
the Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
After
Weird.
I
That
was
went really
trolling.
well here as well. The
Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Tasty. Very tasty.
That was such an easy drinking beer. It was so potent.
Yeah.
I had that day. I had started with the Sender, then I had the
Mega Hornet.
Mega Hornet, and I was like, I've never
Yeah, I was
felt
sure-
that
It was
good
pretty
like
funny
two
'cause-
schooners. And then I went to Range and I had their Tears for Triple, which came out the day before, which was their triple IPA, which was 11%.
That was the Karma Keg day at K's,
Yeah.
and I remember some boys from footy, or like a bloke from footy and his dad, would both play together. They went down there and they put a photo up on the page, and were like down at Miss K's having the scented session ale. Bit heavier hitting than what we thought, but such a tasty drink, real easy drinking. And then Hunter's gone in and he's like, fuck, someone's fucked up the taps. So they've paid for the Karma Keg to get the sender, and been given
Mega
schooners of, not Mega Hornet, the Swamp Thing.
Oh really?
It's like
And then they were
9% or
just,
something.
yeah, they were just like, oh,
It's like
shit,
they have all
this
like,
is
oh
so
shit,
good.
face.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I've had 2 beers.
That Mega Hornet was something else.
Yeah.
It was intense.
It was intense.
This pleasant surprise for me.
Pretty good, yeah.
I'm gonna probably. This one's like on trial here. Like
Yeah.
we often will just get stuff in. I'll just be in for like that. Like I'll get like 8 cans of it.
Yeah,
and I'll
just
do
see how it
that.
goes, yeah.
But yeah, like for personal taste, like I really like that. It doesn't like not very beery at all though.
Reminds me of like sucking on lemon.
Yeah, it's
So
like
refreshing,
this
though.
is like what I wish like a hard lemonade actually
Yeah,
tasted like.
yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
had like a hard
Yeah.
lemonade? Yeah, good.
But yeah, do you reckon that your average punter's backing craft beer?
Yeah. Well, so we have like some lime beers. Like we always have gold on. Like I actually really like gold
Yeah,
personally.
so-
Like it gets a lot of hate. But like I think everyone has like some sort of beer, like whether you like VB or
Yeah.
Gold Great Northerns.
yeah, Great Northerns. Lots of people like Great
Yeah.
Northerns. Like there's like some sort of beer where like for whatever reason, like it's a
Something you can
trade.
drink 25 of.
Yeah, like I like gold. I like 4X heavy as well.
Yeah,
Like, I drink
same.
a lot
4X heavy off tap.
I love a can. Like
Yeah.
like to get a nice car in the can. So
Yeah.
just like have a froth out in my pool. It's, always good. It's like nearly like a event. You like
Yeah.
call everyone up and you're just like, boys, we got a carton of Budweiser today.
And then on
Everyone
ice
go around.
at the pool. So.
Yeah. So like definitely we still do a lot of the Lion beers, but they are starting to like get their own craft brews
Yeah,
as
right.
well. So obviously they've seen the market is there for them.
Yeah.
And they have like some actually really good craft beers. Like I'm trying to think of like some of the like that Sucky Mon Mon. Did you try that?
that was awesome.
That was awesome.
From
and that was from
Panhead,
Panhead, yeah. So like that's a good
Japanese
that's a good
rice
pickup
based
from them.
lager, I believe. Yeah, it was so good.
And they've got like a cheeky ginger beer coming out soon, which I don't want to I don't know if I can actually say exactly what the go is, but I tried it the other day and it's really good. Really good. I reckon the people at, I think 4 Pines makes Brookvale Union. I think they'll probably be pretty concerned about it. Yeah. They'll probably do a fair
Brookie
bit
seems to be the big one. One I've seen popping up a fair bit though for ginger beers, that Diablo one.
Yeah, it's like a spicier.
Yeah, it's like a spicy one. I've seen it on tap everywhere.
Spicy ginger beer.
I like them, but not as I do really like the sweeter, even though it is more of a spirit as opposed to a brewed ginger beer.
Yeah.
I believe this one that they're doing is brewed, but it tastes like how Brookvale is.
Yeah.
But I could be completely wrong there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I tried it the other day. It was on tap.
Yeah.
So good.
Love it. Fuck yeah.
And then with other craft beers, I would say we sell more craft beer here than we do for non-craft beer. But I don't know, if it's the area, the people around here, this. I don't know. There's an adventurous crew around here. It's not as much to go around. They just go to the Gap Tav or whatever.
Yeah.
So they come here and they probably want to have something
Sure,
different.
yeah. If they wanted the standard, they'd go up to the Gap Tav, I suppose.
But one thing I've noticed, which has really surprised me, is even a lot of our beers outperform even Stonerwood now. If we get something that's pretty niche, and that to me is that says something.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
oh well, that shows that the people around here actually
want to try something
different, actually get around it. And there's some, it is really interesting. You get one whatever IPA in, and it'll just sell in a couple of weeks, and sometimes you get one and it'll be there all week. And it's hard to tell sometimes whether, I honestly think a good decal makes a really big difference if you have just a
we had that discussion the other week because we were doing the filter XPA, and I was like, the can design looks like shit. I'm just not a big fan of it. It just looks a bit all over the place. And then we had it, and I was like, it's actually a pretty decent job.
Even the first, literally the first review of the group that I did was a Slipstream beer, and I went into this little independent bottling man. I only picked it because of I didn't even know what beer it was. Just picked it because of the artwork. So I
a lot of the time, I think you're just looking. If you're looking for something new, if you're going in there with the intention of trying something different, you are just going off what you're first seeing, what's popping to you in the fridge. And
it's so true because when we were at my beer dealer or your beer dealer or whatever, I picked purely based on visuals.
Yeah.
I was sold
so
before I
much
even
in there.
picked the can up. It's like a massive thing.
I like it. I will now, when I'm doing the ordering or if I'm sussing out something new to get in, I will have Untapped or whatever open there. I like to go in and check. But if I'm going to the bottle-o, if I go up to, a lot of the time I do get new stuff in, I'll just go up to Black Sheep and Dave, whatever he's got in new, I'll just be what's going on here? And I'll just be oh, it's this is really popping. I'll just be well, let's take this. Shot. And then, that's essentially how I got this. He was just we just got it in South Australia. I don't know if they're they've probably been established for a while in South Australia. I don't know, but
haven't really seen anything around.
I haven't seen anything around, but apparently it's selling really well. I think I went in a few days ago and the fridge was completely full. I went today, it was 1 4-pack of everything.
Shit.
And I was just I'll just take it.
Yeah.
And similar to, have you heard 7 Mile Brewing?
Is that a news?
No, I didn't. I thought I might have grabbed one, but I can't remember where it's from. But I haven't tried it, but that's just another one.
I saw someone post that in the group the other day. I think it was Big Bag Glenn.
Yeah,
Glenn had a big day actually.
Yeah.
I was going down, Glenn lined up how many beers? 8 beers or 9 beers.
Yeah.
And it was with a beautiful scenic background. And I'm going down the line. I'm oh yeah, we're at beer free. I'm that's a pretty decent beer. And then it was it was the Pretty Bumpin', which is pretty heavy. And then straight after that was the Great White, and then it was the Tears for Triple After, which I reckon those alone was would have been 8 stands in those 3 beers.
Yeah.
And then the next day he's put up a photo at 10:30, him on the balcony overlooking the beach, just onto the next one.
He loves it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's what I'd do if I was sick.
Yeah, same. If I could, that's definitely what I'd be doing. Yeah.
You need to make a classic of that Great White on the beach if you're on the balcony.
Yeah.
TikTok. Oh, it's so good. Something as well that's a bit different that, well, I suppose it might not be that different, but something we haven't really seen around a lot. You guys recently did a collab with Revel Brewing, with Black Sheep. With Blind Tiger. I know Black Sheep did one with Ballistic.
Yeah.
What's the sort of what was the go there? Like, how'd you sort of make that happen?
Generally, so we've done. I've had a few collabs before. We did one at Miss K's as well with Newstead.
Yeah.
As well.
Is that the OG?
Yeah, OG Pal. So like a lot of the time, how that just starts, at least for us, is you believe in the product. Like with Revel, like I really do honestly get around like pretty much all their beers. I'm just like, oh, nice one, like good job. And like all the people we've done collabs with are Brisbane based, so we see these guys around. They come in. Another big factor is just like the people who work there are just like legends.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference for sure. Like if you've got someone come in who you're just like not really vibing with for whatever reason, like you probably wouldn't get to that stage where you'd be even talking about that. But yeah, so we just really enjoyed their beer. I'm not really sure exactly how it started, but I guess we were just getting whatever volume. They probably were like, oh, you guys are moving a bit of our stuff. And for me and Jimmy, we were just both like, well, it's just an easy thing for us. It's a no-brainer, yeah. We just, like, we get it in because we just want to drink it or we want to try it.
Yeah.
And so we nearly always, we don't always, but like often we will have something from Revel on tap.
Yeah.
And we definitely always have like a good range in the fridge.
Yeah.
And they make a lot of limited releases as well, which is also a big thing. Like keeps it exciting as well.
Almost makes it hard to get as well. People come in for it.
And then I think one of the boys there, probably Matty Flexman, I think, came to us and was just like, would you have any interest in coming out and just having a day on the piss with the team and we'll just throw something together? And we were just like, of course. Like, definitely. Like, for sure.
We definitely don't want to grow beer. That sounds horrible.
So then like one day we went in, it's like some cheeky photos of us there. They're like pretty funny, like flying around in the ether. And we just went in there. They just kind of got us on the piss, and then they just had like stacks of different hops, stacks of different malts, and they were just like kind of walk us through the process of how a beer is made, kind of show us all the equipment. They kind of like show you what you would do, and they honestly like let us do like a lot of the stuff. Yeah,
So
like,
Jimmy pouring some shit in.
Yeah, he would just be like, you pick.
Dangerous.
Who's just like these are the malts that we kind of would recommend for you to put in there. So like you pick. And then we'll show you like what you got to do with it next. And so we all went in and we all poured the malt into that. I'm not even sure, like honestly, in retrospect, what that machine was. Like we had a lot of
the malt machine.
I don't even know if like we had a lot of adult beverages at the establishment. A lot of it is like a little bit of a blur, but yeah, it was a good time. And honestly, they just really looked after us. They kind of make it like brewing for dummies, like straight up, like. Yeah. They're always there, but they're like telling you what to do, but they're never like overbearing. Like they just be like, so, oh, you just got to do this. Yeah. It's just like really chill. And then I think they just kind of think about it in advance and give you the options, so that like
you can't really stuff it up.
That's good. Yeah, exactly, and it's worked out pretty well. Like we also had a hazy that we did with them, which was like excellent, and then this XPA that we've got now, it's just like super easy drinking, like 4.8%. Like you'd be able to smash just a ton of them. We're happy with it. I think it's not like a massive batch. Yeah. Like I actually don't remember. I want to say we probably have about 30 kegs, something like that. So we'll have that for like a little bit, but I don't think it'll last us like too long, to be honest. But it's good fun. Like honestly, like any time, like any other venue, like it's an opportunity. Like sometimes there is like a cost and there is a commitment because you have to be able to move
Stop
that.
It.
And there is like horror stories of like from both sides where say someone in our position is like, like we want to do this, and the brewery's like, well, sick, we'll make 50 kegs or whatever, and then like the bar is like, oh, we're actually
2 kegs or something.
Or they'll be like, we're out of money, or like we're shutting down to like do renos, so we can't take it anymore, and then the brewery's stuck with like all this bullshit. So it is like there is risk involved in like doing a collab, but I think as long as like honestly, as long as you just get along with the people there, like that's the biggest thing. Honestly,
that's something that we would love to do in the future. Like build up relationships with venues and go and do a podcast at like Sea Legs or something. And then when we publish it, like, hey guys, we've got Sea Legs have got, our whatever beer on tap. Get down, check it out.
Well, I'm sure that would be something that'll present itself. They're definitely, it's not just venues or brewery doing collabs.
Yeah.
You do see Batuta Advocate, for example.
Yeah.
Batuta bitter.
Yeah. There's a ton of websites and sporting the young it's not really, that wasn't really a collab, but Young Henry's had the South Sydney Rabbitohs version of the Natchy Lager there.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff always happens.
Yeah.
There's more and more now. More and more now. There is another one, Young Henry's in Offense, which was I love that beer.
The hemp IPA.
That was sick. And
We couldn't move enough of that shit.
I'm wearing Offense right now. I like the clothes. It's comfy as fuck, and that's a no-brainer. I like doing beer and a sustainable clothing company. Sometimes these things it's just obvious. It's just there. So I just think more and more beer culture and whatever other culture is just kind of mix. The same with a lot of footy players now are involved in
Billy
breweries
Slater and stuff.
Surfers and stuff. So it just makes sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Should we crack into the?
YouTube.
Should we get bitten by a shark?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Triple white IPA.
Mate, you two are on that.
Yeah.
I'll have a
sip,
I'll
but-
get it dry.
Same here.
I haven't tried this bad boy yet. This is another one, same as this bad boy, where I just today was just I have had my eye on this for a while. I haven't actually had anything from Catchment yet, but I do know, actually one of my mates did some of the can designs. Shiny Finch, shout out Shiny. I don't know if
Massive
you know.
shout out to Charlie.
Massive shout out Shiny.
That's what we're saying.
I'm not
Very
sure if
cool
she did
cans,
this
though.
one, but she definitely did a bunch of their
Yeah.
other cans. So we'll see. This kind of does look like it could have been her, but I don't want to ruin some other artist's life. This could have
I'm
been.
sure there'll be thousands of people listening. So.
But I'm very interested to see how this is going to go. And they do, I get to meet some of the people from there. They seem like good guys, and they just had it in there today. It smells good. You can really I was just holding it down here, and you can just really smell it from a mile away. It's very yellow color as well. It's not. Is it? It must just be is it a hazy or is it triple? Oh, it's triple white IPA. There you go. I was gonna say it's clear AF, so it's not hazy.
Smells pretty good.
Oh,
It is good. Especially, didn't know what to expect after being on all these sours.
Yeah.
It could have been a dark day
Shit
for
show.
us out there.
I'm quite nervous, to be perfectly honest.
He's about to get a shark bite over here.
Definitely very cool can design.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I'm guessing it must. I guess we should probably see where these guys are actually from.
They're in West End.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
did see that. I did see. I think I saw someone wearing a shirt that said Catchment, West End.
For 10%, that's pretty fucking easy drink.
3.3 standard drinks. Okay, for this one. And I'm fairly sure that this is very affordable.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. I was checking it out and I was like, how is this possible that you can do that? But I don't know. Do you know about Catchment? Do they have a bar you can just go and drink?
I'm not sure. I think you can walk in and just.
There's been a few
Have a
people
bit of
posting
fun,
about it in
yeah.
the group. Glenn, obviously.
Glenn?
There's someone else.
Yeah.
Can't remember. But, yeah, fucking good beer.
That is a good beer.
Actually, all good beers, would recommend them all.
yeah.
This one's definitely one to try if you can. Good luck.
There's a little tipple left in there for whoever wants to have a little tasty treat at the end. I was just maybe get this one back even in the slurry.
Yeah, that's
Overdone. Yeah, so far they've all been hits. I kind of was expecting it to go pretty smoothly with the selection.
Yeah.
For the most part, if a beer isn't off the chain when we get it in, I probably won't. Probably won't have it again unless it has a cult following or something like that.
I guess you've probably sort of built that brand up within the area. People know they're going to come here and try something new, and it's going to be pretty good standards.
Yeah, it's pretty safe bet. I
Yeah.
feel we definitely take pride in what we have. We have a pretty healthy conversation amongst the staff. A lot of the people here really like to try something different. We get something in, and usually if I have something new in at the end of the night, we'll pour a little tipple each and just all have a taste. I like to see what everyone thinks of it, get their opinions.
It's good to not narrow it down to what you like,
Definitely.
I suppose.
Yeah,
You gotta
Because we find even with it, like we have beers that you hate and I like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's got a different taste, and that's sort of where we want to go with the group. Like we see so much shit where people like get shit on for drinking whatever, but everyone likes different stuff. And
Like personally, I hate Pacific ales.
Yeah.
I can't do Pacific ales. Like I had Stone and Wood. I thought I had a bad batch or something, and I had another one. I've had it on tap, in cans, bottles. Just don't like it.
At your work that day.
Oh yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that was cruel.
It's like cordial.
I don't even know, like, if Pacific Ale, I'm pretty sure that it's just like, I'm fairly certain that like Stone and Wood initially like trademarked the term Pacific Ale,
Right,
and
okay.
that they just like made that up to be like their type of beer that they were
Yeah.
doing. But now it's just
like
everywhere.
Wild Yak doesn't.
Yeah.
Yak, whatever they
There's a
call
bunch,
those
like
ones.
there's one I tried the other day from Nomad, which I don't know where they're based out of, but it was like a guava Pacific Ale. But it was actually, like, I reckon there's a chance you'd like it. It was like, I don't know, it's very, like, the aftertaste was like super guava-y. Like, I'll see if I can get my hands on one and send it your way. And then I had like, there's this other New Zealand-based brewery. I'll suss it out later, but they do like this beer called like Whitsundays IPA. I can at least say that so that people can Google this if they're watching it.
Yeah.
And they do a Pacific Ale, which is supposed to be quite nice. But yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but you never want to just go for like what you want to drink. Like obviously you want to back your own personal preference when you're getting things going. Like I always want to stand behind the drinks that I've got.
Yeah.
But I can't just be like, oh,
Yeah.
if, like, for example, Cooper's Sparkling Ale is Jimmy, my right-hand man's, it's his favourite beer of all time. And so I got that in kind of just as, like, a love letter to him.
Yeah.
And it pops out, like, people
Oh,
smash
really?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
some people love it, yeah. Like, I always picking it up so that we can get it in the fridges and stuff. I've actually considered putting a keg on.
I remember that was when the Woolly Mammoth first opened. We just thought it was so sick that you could get the litre steins. And I had a look, and I was having a look up there, and I was like, oh, sparkling ale sounds sick. So that, in hindsight, is probably my first ever craft I ever had, was Cooper's Sparkling Ale. I had a litre of
It's
it.
like 1,000% as well.
It's pretty
It is
heavy.
pretty
Like
staunch, I like
at the time, like you didn't really see anything that was heavier than that. Like it was pretty crazy. Yeah, that knocked me on my ass as a 19-year-old, just being like,
I definitely remember being like a young man and just being like, people would be drinking Cooper Sparkling Ale and just be like, this guy's fucked. Like,
Disgusting.
yeah, like this guy's like drinking the heaviest beer of all time. Like,
I used to work at a bowls club and people used to come in and drink, so it was cheap, and they
Yeah.
just get shit.
And then you get like the tallies, like,
Yeah.
because I'd be in the bottle, I mean, we'll just get tallies
Yeah.
and a papery and then just be like, hit the road,
yeah,
smashing it.
stumbling down the street.
And I'd just be like, I would never be able to like handle that, like drinking something.
Here we are,
look at me now.
Yeah.
10%, yeah, white IPA.
Yeah, I remember I was a bar back at 17 at a bar in the city, and it had those bar mats that were like the length you're meant to roll the Coopers.
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
So this is like fucking prehistoric.
Oh, that's sick.
That's like
That's a hit.
that's like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
They actually are, like, Coopers, like, honestly, they're at, like, the forefront for a lot of craft beer innovation. Like, a lot of the time, like, the rolling process, like, if someone brings in a new beer to me, if it's, like, keg or can, whatever, if you need to roll it, they always will mention Coopers. They'll always be like, you just got to treat it like a Coopers. You got to roll it.
Yeah.
Every time. And, like, so it's not just that, like, they just, I don't know, they're like, pretty heavily involved in a lot of the different craft communities. Like, their malts they make are excellent. Their home brewing kits as well. Like, that's one of the best places to start if you want to make your own brews. Like, a lot of the time when I'm talking to people, here who, we do get punters all the time who come in who are like, I make my own beer. And I always ask them how they start, and they say, oh, Cooper's home kit.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I had, for the first time recently, like, one of the locals brought me in some of his beers.
Okay.
They're quite nice, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I should hit him off and tell him to bring some more in sometime.
Yeah.
So, he was coming in like every day after I'd be like, have you tried them yet?
How was it?
But I didn't get around to it for like 2 weeks, and he was just like, death staring at me. Like,
That's good for
buzzed.
you.
Yeah.
Every day, more money.
Yeah.
Keeping coming.
Exactly. But it's one of those, because whenever someone comes in, they're like, I brew my own beer, I'm always like,
Legend.
bring it in, let me
Yeah.
taste it.
Yeah.
But they're always like, oh yeah. And they never do. Never bring it in.
They've got all these like old batches that just keep over fermenting or exploding. And you're like, oh yeah, I brew.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, I think a lot of the boys also just brew like actual Coopers and then just because it's way cheaper, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I would love to as well. You guys looking into maybe doing a bit
Potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
We've got to see how it
I
goes.
think
I
it's
do
like
too
a
much with myself. So I
good
reckon
present as well, like for someone. Like,
Yeah.
you just be like rock up to one of the boys' houses and be like, oh.
Get your own labels, and it's just like 3 rude heads just there, like. I'd be so
Wouldn't be able to give it away.
Yeah. No, it'd be so good. It's plenty everyone's dream. But yeah, massive thanks to Joey for having us down at Blind Tiger and chatting a bit of shit about some beers and the crafty industry and some stuff that he's gotten himself into. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, boys. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I'd love to come back again and get a
Oh yeah.
part 2 to whatever, part 7 even maybe.
Make
one
sure,
day.
make sure we're not driving. Yeah.
Get me around.
Definitely.
Get me
It's a
around
mad
it.
venue, so definitely come check
yeah,
it out.
for sure. Yeah, it's just in the Gap at the Gap Village. If you're coming from the city, catch the 380
Oh,
one
three-
or 380.
I want to say that the 380 and 301 like literally stop.
Yeah.
380 or 385.
385. There you go.
381 goes down Payne Road.
So you can-
And you'll get a different beer every time you come. So
Yeah, exactly.
Come check it out.
Awesome place, awesome food as well,
Yeah.
by the way. Love the food here.
And the boys are on for a chat. If you're looking to make some friends, come over.
Yeah.
We're on for a
Get
yarn.
the juice.
Exactly. But yeah, once again, thanks to Joey. This has been Crushing Tins with Bloody Brilliant Beers. Clunt, Stas, and Jay, we're out of here. And guys, as always, just remember to give them fucking heads.